Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Kieran Hogg, and thank you for being here. This video is going to be very different from my normal videos. This is a reaction video I decided to create from a recent video that I made that got a lot of views in 24 hours and a lot of feedback. So normally if I just take you to my channel here, this is my channel where I do a lot of videos about how to make money online. I do a lot of product reviews, and I do affiliate marketing and show other people how to make money online. So I created a short video just a few days ago that really exploded, got many more views than normally what it does, but the topic was a lot more serious and not specifically related to making money online. It was about how sometimes we feel depressed. Sometimes we feel like even though we have friends, we don't really have a connection. So let me just bring it up here. And if you're listening at home or if you're out running while you're listening to this, let me just read it for you. So, are you this person? Isn't depressed but isn't happy at all? Always on your phone 24/7? Wants to be alone but doesn't want to be alone? Nice to everyone, gets treated like poop? Has friends but still feels alone? Maybe this account can help you. So I did this because one of the ways that a lot of people do feel some despair is maybe they're not making the kind of money that they want to be making. So this is a way that I can maybe introduce a solution to that. Now the amount of feedback that I got, just let me know that, wow, a lot of people really resonated with that, and it kind of shook me. This video is a way that I'm going to offer some solutions, 7 ways that you might be able to take some of these solutions and help you out. Now, I'm not an expert in this field by any means. There are some people that I do follow, and I basically am going to be talking about what they do and the benefits. These people are at the very high end of these niches, these sectors. And I don't want to sound like all preachy and like on my high horse, because I'm a middle-aged man and I'm still struggling with these same things. So the reason why I decided to make this video is that you might be able to resonate with someone who isn't achieving maximum efficiency but is on the process. So that's why I decided to make this video. So guys, I'm going to break down 7 things that you can do that you can help maybe alleviate some of your depression, alleviate some of your just unhappiness, and really feel better. So the first one, and it is very important and it is so simple, is gratitude. So there is one man that I follow. His name is Benjamin Hardy, and I'm going to put the links down in my description that you can check out their YouTube channels and some of the videos that I will be putting down there for you as well. Maybe you've heard of this man, maybe you haven't. Benjamin Hardy is a PhD in psychology, and he's someone that I listen to on and off quite often. And if you just feel gratitude, you change the chemistry in your brain. Now, you may have heard people talk about your vibration, low vibration. If you're feeling negative, you have a low vibration, and we are just kind of like magnets. We don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. So this is a way, if you have more gratitude, you can raise your vibration, and it'll change the chemistry in your brain, and it's going to help you resonate with other people who have a higher vibration as well. So I have a full-time job. Even as I'm doing affiliate marketing, I am a teacher. And last week we were talking, there was a story about a blind person, and I was telling the kids, even if you're having a bad day, doesn't matter what it might be, if you can still see, that is amazing. Imagine if you cannot see, if you are blind. And if you are blind and you're listening to this podcast, I can only imagine that it must be very, very difficult. Eyesight opens up the entire world for us. We can do and watch and be involved in so many things. So even as something as simple as eyesight, we can take for granted, right? I also like to think about if I'm feeling a little bit, I guess, lack or I'm not getting what I want fast enough. We live in an amazing time, 2023. We live, even people who would say they don't have a lot of assets, if you will, they're still living better than kings and queens did like 50 years ago. We can get on a plane, travel to anywhere for a reasonable amount of money. We can watch anything at the fingertips. We can watch, for example, Netflix. We can watch any movie in a matter of seconds. We can eat any kind of food that we want, and just so on, right? We can go and shop. We can, having our phones, it is a tool that is absolutely powerful. Now that brings me to another thing. So gratitude is my number one, that I will put some links down below that you guys can check these out. Some of the people that I follow who really express it far better than me, but just having that simple gratitude can really, really help you, help your brain, and of course help your energy, attracting better people or more like-minded people. Another one is be careful of what you consume. So I didn't say just be careful of what you eat, but of course eating, of course we do consume food. So if you can, try to eat some healthy food. Now I'm not saying you got to live like an absolute fine-tuned athlete, but just be aware of what you are consuming, because it also affects your bacteria in your gut, which affects your mood in your brain. They have different neurotransmitters. There is another person here that I'm going to put down below. His name is Ruairi Robertson, and he's talking about the neurotransmitters and what we consume and how it affects our brain. So if you've ever eaten a lot of food, a lot of junk, you just feel kind of lethargic, you might feel a little bit down. Part of it is because of this, right? So try to be mindful of what we eat, also what we consume. So I mentioned that our phones are very powerful and they are a tool. Now a lot of people, me included, I can get into the rut of just scrolling, and just watching what we perceive other people's successes are, and then we reflect, oh, I'm doing this, I don't have what they have. Or you feel like, okay, today I wanted to do a lot of work. Why am I still scrolling? How come I can't stop? And you start to feel a little bit of pressure, anxiety, like, how come you're not doing what you want to be doing? You're just scrolling and scrolling. So you have to use your phone as a tool, okay? Don't let it control you. And especially at night, that is when it is very hard. I'm guilty of this as well. I went to bed last night and I woke up after I put my daughter to bed. I slept with her for just a little bit till she fell asleep, and I woke up and for some reason I just started scrolling, and almost an hour went by at night, and I just was thinking, oh, you fool, you're going to be tired the next morning. You're not going to be as efficient as what you are. You're going to wake up sluggish, etc. So just be careful what you consume. And also, some people, okay, so that'll bring me to my third one here. Try to get a morning routine established. So I have some other people here that I'm going to put some links down who have a great idea for a morning routine. Ideally, you want to be waking up and you want to be going into sunlight. Vitamin D releases the serotonin and it fires you up. And if you can do some kind of physical activity, it doesn't matter what, but just to kind of get the blood working. So I will do a few sit-ups and a few push-ups in the morning. And ideally, if I can breathe and just try to calm down and maybe visualize a little bit. Now, I don't do this every day. Like I say, I'm up here. I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm just a man struggling with the same kind of stuff that you might be struggling with, and just giving you basically another perspective. And journaling. So if you can journal something that you were grateful for, like I said, it just resonates and it can help you have that higher vibration. And in the morning, you don't have to bust your butt. This is another thing. If you feel like maybe you're not in great shape or you don't have consistency with a morning routine, there is a self-help book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, I've listened and read numerous self-help books, and most of the time I'm listening, say I'm going for a run, or if I'm just cleaning the home or whatever. You might be doing the same thing. You're listening to it, but you're not actually hearing the message. For myself, I found that I resonated very, very well with Atomic Habits. I found the message I could relate to a little bit better than other books. And the good thing that I want to kind of leave you with Atomic Habits is you don't have to go balls to the wall, for lack of a better phrase, on your consistency. So for example, if you want to start losing some weight, if you want to get healthy, you just might do, for example, 2 push-ups your first week. And then the next week, maybe you change that to 5 push-ups. And then maybe you do 5 push-ups and 5 sit-ups. The goal of Atomic Habits is to train your mind, is to create that habit, that behavioral habit. If you just say, okay, it's New Year's, I'm fed up, I'm gonna do 100 push-ups a day for the rest of the month, and then I'm gonna do more and more, you're gonna find you're gonna hit instant resistance with that. You might be able to do it for the first few days, but you're gonna create so much pain, both physically and mentally, that your mind is going to reject it. So this is coming at it in the opposite way. You're doing things in a very steady flow, but very, very low effort, but it's creating that behavior. So they say that in 67 days, around there, you can create a new habit. And this is a really cool method that I think you guys might get some value from. So I'll leave the link for this audiobook as well. It's like 6 hours, 38 minutes. You don't have to listen to it all in one go. Just break it into pieces and you might get some value from that as well. Okay, so a morning routine. If you can do some very light exercise, maybe some breathing, some just closing your eyes, thinking about things, and a little bit of journaling. And you don't have to do it every day, but the more you can do it, the better. It doesn't have to take long. Okay, the next one, number 4, for me, is trying to stop drinking alcohol. So yeah, this one is quite personal for me. I'm 47 now, and I would say I've been steadily drinking since I was about 14 years old. So junior high school, I was kind of a weekend warrior, you know, have a few beers, go to house parties and whatnot. And I live in another country now. I live in Taiwan. And if you've ever gone traveling to Asia or other countries outside of the West, Taiwan is a country, and other Asian countries, it is extremely easy to drink. If you are not disciplined, it can actually be very, very, it can be quite a struggle, all right? So in Taiwan, there are 7-Elevens everywhere, and you can buy alcohol there, no problem. Doesn't matter, they're 24-hour, and you can go out, have a beer, and you can walk around. You could go grocery shopping, you could go to a shopping mall, you can go anywhere you want. People in your car, if you were driving, people in your car can be sitting in there drinking alcohol. So it was a struggle for me, being so far away from home, with maybe judgmental eyes. It was easy, I got carried away. In fact, me and 2 buddies, we had our own sports bar, and it was a lot of fun. We even called it Foo Bar, and it was amazing. We had our own full screens, TVs, we had our own kitchen, we had staff, and it was something that my wife, then my girlfriend, was a real struggle with me and her. I would come home, maybe drinking too much, maybe even on like a Tuesday night. So long story short, I've almost eliminated alcohol. If I go camping where I'm in a safe environment, I might have a few beers, but if you can avoid that, the drinking excessively. I used to be fired up on the weekend and say, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna get this done. But if I went out and overdrank, which I would always seem to do, I would be feeling hungover the next day. And in fact, all that energy that I wanted to put towards bettering myself was just in maintaining that hangover, trying to get rid of that hangover. And then I would have that frustration, that self kind of analyzing, like, hey man, what are you doing? And it would just kind of fester. So long story short, try to avoid drinking a lot. And I don't smoke weed, but if you do smoke weed, also that can take away some of your discipline as well. Number 5, guys, is exercise. If you can get some form of exercise. So I did touch on that with the morning routine. If you can just do a little bit, and the morning is better because throughout the day, our willpower decreases. So if you don't do it in the morning, it gets harder mentally to do it in the afternoon. And if you do it in the morning, you can check off that box. It is done. It doesn't have to be a lot. Like I just said, the consistency is what you're trying to create, that habit. Okay? That brings me to number 6, is consistency. So in Atomic Habits with James Clear, one of the things that he stresses is you can have skip days where you don't get your exercise or you don't do whatever it is that you're trying to do, but don't leave it for 2 days in a row, because that can affect the habit in your brain. And then next thing you know, you're doing 3 days where you haven't done it 4 days, and then all that positive momentum is just gone out the tubes. That is why so many people screw up their New Year's resolutions. They come out of the tank really hard. Woo, I'm doing it. I've done 4 days. I've done 5 days. But like I said, they're trying to get instant results. If you go to the gym and if you do 2 hours every day, you're not going to see anything for quite a few days. And of course, you have to have a very strong mind power to do that. So if you just bring it down, just do a little bit, and you know that the results are going to be there. They're just going to be later on. And it's not going to break you. It's not going to break you physically. It's not going to break you mentally. Just chipping away a little bit. Take big problems and cut them up into small problems. And then you can get those tasks completed. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to be moving in the right direction. And that's how you get big rewards, just by being patient and having, what's the expression? Delayed gratification. Okay? And my 7th and final tip for you to get happier, to get more fulfillment in your life, is to get the right mentors. Okay? So there is a plethora of information on YouTube, and it is a fantastic place to get started. But it can be a little bit out of order. You don't know what the sequence is sometimes. So having the right mentor who can guide you from A to B to C, etc., is vital. And the video that I did make, that is the reason why I'm making this video, about people feeling depressed, people feeling not exactly depressed, but not exactly happy. And if you want to change your life, one way you can do it is through this method that I am doing with high affiliate marketing. I have a mentor who is a multi-millionaire, and he is guiding me and many others. Many others are they're changing their lives, and I'm going to be one of those people as well. They're making $1,000 days up to $5,000 days. And the information in this program is amazing. So that is what I'm doing. I'm following a mentor who has done it, and I suggest it, whatever it may be. And you don't have to be into making money online. It could be about health. It could be about anything that you have an interest in. Cooking, fitness, relationships, cars. Could be anything that you want, but just find the right mentor, all right? But if you are interested in learning about affiliate marketing or making money online, if you want to comment start, I can show you what I'm doing, the exact free training that I'm doing that is helping me. And again, this isn't trying to be salesy. This is just me trying to help you out to get over your anxiety, maybe your self of apathy, with these 7 steps. All right, so this was a long video. I was really loosely based. I didn't want to structure it too hard. And again, this is out of my comfort zone. I'm doing this purely as a way. I woke up the early in the morning after I released that video with all of the responses about people feeling really resonating with what that message was about. And I thought, well, what can I do? What can I do to give back? So I hope you get some value from these 7 steps. And I'll put the links down below that are helping me to really get more, just keep that consistency going, keep that energy going. All right, you guys, thank you so much for your time. I really, really thank you. I'm very grateful for your time. And if you have any questions, or if you want to update me later on how you're doing, if you've used any of these methods, if you want to put them down in the comments, I'd love to hear it. And if I can help you out in any way, just let me know. Until then, stay grateful, practice some of these, if not all of them, and I just wish you all the best. Take care, and I talk to you soon.